Have you ever seen a place that just breathes history? Well, perched on a limestone hill in Lancashire, there's a fortress that's done just that for almost 1,000 years. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of the magnificent Clitheroe Castle.
Okay, so the very first thing you notice about this place, its size. I mean, the main keep just shoots up 20 meters. That's 66 feet. It's this massive stone sentinel that's basically owned the skyline for centuries.
And you know what's just as impressive as its height? Its age. Seriously, just take a second and think about that. This one building has seen almost 900 years of English history happen right in front of it. Well, it's just mind-blowing.
All right, let's jump in. We're going on a little journey through time to see why this castle is one of England's oldest and most important landmarks.
The whole site covers about 1 hectare, which, if you're wondering, is roughly 2.5 acres. That is a huge amount of space to pack so much history into.
So, you gotta wonder, right? What kind of secrets are hiding in these grounds? To figure that out, we need to rewind the clock. Way back to the very beginning.
And we're rewinding all the way back to the 12th century. This is when the Normans first showed up and literally forged the story of Clitheroe out of stone and earth.
You know, the castle didn't just appear as we see it today, it was always changing. First, back in the 12th century, it was a wooden fort. Then, 100 years later, they rebuilt it all in stone, making it way bigger. And just as well, because a century after that, it had to face its biggest challenge yet during a massive civil war.
So its first design was a classic Norman setup, a motte and bailey fortress. And what that means is pretty clever. You build a big mound of earth, that's the motte, stick your main tower, or keep, on top, and then surround a courtyard below, the bailey, with a wall. It was a genius way to control the area. And everything about it was built for one reason and one reason only: defense. We're talking thick stone walls, tiny arrow slits, the whole layout. It was all about security. It's basically a textbook example of medieval military design.
And wouldn't you know it, all those defenses were about to be tested big time. This is where the castle gets thrown into its most dramatic role yet as a major player in the brutal Wars of the Roses.
This is it. This is when those tough walls got their workout. During that massive fight between the rival royal houses, the castle was surrounded, attacked, and eventually captured by the Lancastrians. It really sealed its place in the history books.
And this is what I find so fascinating. Think about the contrast. Back then, it was this strategic fortress, a place to hide during a war. But now, it's a peaceful spot for concerts, art shows, and even historical reenactments. What a turnaround, right? Truly amazing.
Okay, so what if you go there today? What's it actually like to walk inside those walls? Let's take a look at the treasures you'll find inside Clitheroe.
When you visit, there are 3 things you absolutely have to see. You've got the original keep from the 12th century, the round tower they added in the 13th, and this really cool museum that's right there on the grounds.
First up, the keep. This is, without a doubt, the heart of the whole castle. It's the original 12th century building, the last line of defense. And the fact that it's still standing so solid today is just incredible.
Then, you've got to climb the round tower. It was added in the 13th century, and when you get to the top, wow, the views are just breathtaking. You can see the whole town and the beautiful countryside for miles.
And definitely don't skip the museum. What's cool about it is that it's not just about the castle. It tells the whole story of the area, the history, the geology, even the culture. It really gives you the full context. So, feeling like you want to go check it out? Good. Let's talk about how you can actually go and see this amazing piece of history for yourself.
And you know what? It's actually really easy to get to. You don't need to plan a huge expedition. If you're using public transport, just hop on a train to the Clitheroe station, and it's just a short walk away. All right, so if you want my advice for the perfect visit, here's what you do. First, take a guided tour. That's where you'll hear all the best stories. Second, you have to climb that tower. Those views are a must-see. And third, finish your day in the museum to really get a feel for the local culture.
And hey, you'll be seeing it in great shape. They did a big renovation back in 2015, so everything is beautifully preserved for us, and for everyone who comes after us.
So, let me leave you with this one thought. This place has been standing there for nearly 900 years. Imagine if those stones could talk. Just what stories would they tell? Stories of kings, of battles, of peace. It's something to think about, isn't it? When you're standing in a place that has seen so much,
You really feel like you're walking through history itself.